Hello and welcome to Sport Tonight. I'm Cecilia Amogbe. On the show tonight, we'll be talking about the Under-17 girls tournament taking place in Ghana. It's Nigeria and Ghana that will be meeting in the final. Ghana beating Cote d'Ivoire by 5 goals to nothing, and Nigeria against Benin Republic, it ended 2-0 in favor of Nigeria. So both teams will be playing in the final. It's the maiden edition, and of course the host nation and Nigeria are up in the final. We'll be talking chess. I was going to ask Austin later on the show what he was doing at the age of 17. We have the youngest chess champion in Nigeria right here in Lagos studio. Yes, he's going to be telling us his journey towards chess and how it all started. At the age of 11, yes, I think that's when it all started for him. And of course, we also get some reactions coming from the CAF Awards. Yes, it's a whole week. We're still going to be staying on that because you have Chairman Nnadozie. Our reaction coming from there. And we'll take a look at the AGM, the annual general meeting I mentioned on Tuesday of the Nigerian Women's Football League that took place in Abuja. We'll be dissecting some of the fallout from that meeting, from the expansion, proposed expansion, and they happen. And of course, we also have all the fixtures for you. The draws, of course, has been made. Yabedo Queens and Abia Angels will be starting it January 15th. That's the date where the Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership will be starting. And the good news in all of this is the fact that from next season, you'll be having most of the games live on cable TV. That's the partnership they've signed. So, Nigerian Women's Football League is going global because you can actually watch it across the world once it starts January 15th. There's so much on the show tonight. Yes, the 96 proposed league, unified league, the Super League is not going away anytime soon because they're still talking about it. Austin, it is a loaded package tonight. What were you doing at 17? Writing WAEC or what?
Well, the greetings to you, Cecilia, and of course everyone joining us on the show. Cecilia, I'm going to first talk to and ask about my record. My parents stopped me from playing professional football. I was busy going around the streets, playing football and trying to see if I could, stay alive with the game. But yeah, 17, maybe not as prominent as our chess champion because she definitely started earlier than I did. But that's the awareness that we have created now, letting people know that when you see young talents, give them the support that they need. But yeah, 17, Cecilia, I was balling so hard. So yeah, I cannot wait for us to have that conversation, meet the champion, and find out, in our own way, contribute to the development of chess development in Nigeria.
And we have him right here in the studio talking about Tessie Nyima, a 17-year-old national champion right here in Lagos studio. Tessie, it's good to have you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
where do I even start from? What was it like, I know it's hard, at 7, you played against the very best in Nigeria. It's a national championship. It wasn't for juniors. It was open for everyone to come in. And you came in, you beat everybody. And you became the youngest ever in Nigeria. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's quite, I'm just saying I was impressed by my performance. But it was tough. Because I also participated in last year's championship as well, 2023, when I qualified through the trials. And I didn't do well. I came 8th position after 11 rounds of battle. But it was tough, very tough that year, last year. So this year I managed to win it. So it was...
You managed
wonderful.
To win it.
Yes, ma'am. I managed, yeah.
Austin, we're having this conversation. He just mentioned that he managed to win it. We saw some of your clips when you were playing. I saw the guy, Abdurrahman, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The guy you played against in the final. He was shocked. He was in shock, after you won. And you said you managed to win. You had 5 more minutes. He had 4 more minutes to finish his game, right?
Magedon.
Of course, he had to get to that level. Yes, so what was it like in the final moments of that game?
It was, I don't know how to explain it, but I would say it was God's grace because I lost the first rapid game.
Okay.
So I had to put myself up. I put in a lot of confidence, trust myself. So I like managed to win the second rapid game, and we went to an Armageddon. So it was yeah. I was happy playing with the white pieces because I was in a must-win situation. If he gets a draw as black, he has won it. Yeah, he would have won it. So yeah, playing as white just gave me the advantage to push. So I tried my best. I pushed hard, so I got the win.
Yeah, I know champions usually have so many friends. How has it been like since winning this? I mean, you've been getting calls from people and everything. What's the experience been like for you?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Many people were calling me and congratulating me. Yeah, I thank them for that because many people were rooting for me. They're actually rooting for me. So yeah, it was wonderful.
You think because of your age, your talent, or the fact that you were there last year, you couldn't win anything, or the journey towards a chess? You know, you started at 11.
Yes.
And how did they come about for you when you started chess? Why did you decide at that age to start, playing chess? What came to your mind when you decided to, like, okay, this is the sport I really want to play, a board game at that?
Yeah, because at that age, I had nothing doing at that time, so when I saw that I can study this game and become good at it, so I was like, yes. What else are you doing? So I just decided to just play chess.
Yeah, I think Austin want to come in here at this time. Austin, I mean, Texas has been talking about his journey. I mean, the accolades he's receiving from different people, being the youngest national champion of chess in Nigeria.
Sounds good. Congratulations, Ferdinand, and I hope that this will take your chess to the next level. But tell me, I speak to a lot of chess advocates, and they say there are a lot of benefits aside just competing. What good has playing chess done to your life?
That's really improved my my ability to make good decisions, and then also calculating. That's increase. It makes me faster in calculating, and my ability to think deep, because chess requires you to think deeply when you want to make your move. You have to consider a lot of things, king safety, this and that, and you can also apply those things to life situations. So it has really helped me.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, that intellectual, capacity. It has really helped, building that. Well done. So tell me, I'm sure you've got friends who probably play football or they're involved in athletics. Did they try to laugh at you that, look, there are other sports that you're just doing chess?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure you have friends who probably play football, some play basketball, others are involved in athletics. Do they wonder why you love chess so much?
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, they were during the time when I was I was very busy that time. I don't know, because I loved reading chess books. So they were like, what is inside this chess? Like, you keep reading every time. So I just mind my business that time because I had to focus. Yeah, I also had schoolworks, but it wasn't easy. But they keep wondering why I keep reading chess books, but that's really helped me. Yeah, that's really helped me.
Okay, before I hand you back to Cecilia, now you are playing chess. You're the youngest champion, and we're celebrating you. What do you want to say to the government, to chess administrators in Nigeria? What can they do to develop chess, to make it more attractive so that more young persons like yourself will come and play more chess?
Yeah, I think first of all they should try to sponsor chess tournaments in different states of Nigeria, because Lagos is the center of chess in Nigeria, and there are more tournaments in Lagos, and I think that has discouraged many people like younger players from different states from coming to participate in chess tournaments in Lagos. So if they increase the number of tournaments in other states, should be able to encourage younger chess players, and they also have to make the prizes attractive as well to increase the number of players that comes to tournaments.
I think I like that aspect, increasing the prize money. From what I can get, from what you're saying, it's as if you went through that. Should I use the word stress or Nigerian factor of not having opportunity to play before you moved to Lagos? Because you are from Benue State, right?
Yes.
And you grew up in Abuja or Benue?
In Abuja.
You grew up in Abuja from Benue State, and you didn't have much at that time. So how did you find your way to Lagos? What was the journey like for you, leaving Abuja and coming to Lagos? Was it because of school or not much championship? And how did you meet your managers? You became who you are right now, because I know most chess players, they'll tell you they started at the age of 5 from school, from home, but yours was different. You saw people playing, and then you felt you can actually do the sport. Tell us about the journey,
Yeah, it was in 2018 when I first learned chess. I just met some boys, so I learned it by just observing how they play, like the chess. I learned the move, how to capture, and like the other boys, they just told me to join them in training. So from there, I saw some chess books and some endgame books, so I started reading and trying to understand. I was also playing some like classical games against them, like record it and analyze the games after playing. So that's how I got to like improve myself. And so there was one Yobe state coach, Mr. Chooks. Like at that time, he used to come to their house, and he liked training the boys. So that's when he discovered my talents, and yeah, he started training us, preparing us for some tournaments. At that time, we used to go to national youth games to represent some states.
You didn't have a particular state, just anyone.
Yeah,
Yobe and Bayelsa, because I saw your
Bayelsa.
name. Okay, Yobe didn't go, but you represented Bayelsa.
Yeah,
okay.
Bayelsa. So that's how I managed to. My first tournament was National Youth Games 2018. So since then on, I didn't really play any tournament. I didn't play any tournaments throughout that year. It was in 2019. We went for festival again. I think I played for Yobe State at that time, because he was really impressed by how I got very faster, like how I got very good in chess. So the following year, 2020, was COVID, so we didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything that year. So 2021 was when I started playing. I played my first classical tournaments, and I didn't do well there, but I got my first rating.
Where was
first
that?
Initial rating in Abuja, chess with the National Stadium, Abuja. So from there on, I just went to, I was schooling, and I also training at chess. So the coach also came there that year, and we were training together. He was training me personally. So I got to play some games with him, record, analyze, and as I kept improving. And so he traveled, like months later, he traveled to, I think he went to Yobe State. So I didn't see him for a very long time. Back then I was just schooling. I hardly trained chess. I hardly trained my chess, but I was just schooling. So I think it was in 2022. In August. So he called me that like I should come to Lagos, because in Lagos I'll get to have more opportunities, like get access to tournaments, and maybe some people might be able to, I'll be able to get sponsorship in my education as well. So that's when I moved to Lagos to meet him. I think it was we were staying in a Gondo at that time, in a hotel. So that's when my journey began. So he printed books for me, chess books. So I started reading playing some games with chess engines, computer.
Okay.
Analyze the game after playing, and also going through past grandmasters, the games they played in the past. Analyze them, check the mistakes, correct errors. So I just kept improving that period, and started going to tournaments, chess tournaments. I was also doing well in chess tournaments, so that's how I kept increasing my rating.
Your rating.
And the ranking list, Nigeria, top 100. I managed to get, I got to top 7, I think top 40 something in the Nigerian rating list. So that's how my journey began.
And with this one, obviously your ranking is like, where is it right now?
Number 13 currently.
Number 13 in Nigeria.
Yes, but I gained 100 points.
100 points from winning the championship.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. What's it for you in the future? Before we go, future plan? Where do you want to be in the future? Grandmaster or
to become the Nigerian first grandmaster. Yeah, and that's my plan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Atesi, for finding time to join us tonight on the show.
Yes.
Wishing you all the best, and your dreams of becoming a grandmaster will come true.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we need to, let's quickly talk about CAF a little bit, but we'll have to listen to Chiamaka Nnadozie talking, about being proud of winning the Goalkeeper of the Year for the 2nd year running, and what she actually learned from someone who spoke to her immediately she won the first one.
I feel very happy, really proud of myself. It's not easy to be consistent for a good 1 year. I was here last year, and there was one man I met, I forgot his name, but he's from Senegal. He told me that, when you win something for the first time, they will say it's a luck, but when you win it for the second time, then you deserve it. So that really motivated me to work harder so I can be here again, and I'm proud to be here again. So many of them, of course, being knocked out of the Champions League, it was really hurtful, but we keep going, no matter what, and hoping to qualify again next year. Yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without them. Shout out to my teammates and the Super Falcons. Super Falcons, we are family, and they've been an amazing teammates. Shout out to my coaches. They so much believe in me, and to my team, Paris FC, you're the best. Big shout out to my coach, Sandrine Subaron. She's been an amazing woman since I arrived in the club since 2020. She's been supportive. She so much believes in me more than I believe in myself. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes she will tell me, hey, I know you can do more. I know you can do better. And to my amazing teammates in Paris FC, they always call me the best. And you guys are the best. Thank you for everything. Nothing serious. I'm a very playful person. Always playing, always smiling. Just do my thing, play my music, talk to my favorite people before going to the game. Yeah, just that, nothing serious. Yeah, it's in the head at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what you do before the game, it's in the head. Yeah. To the African supporters, keep supporting Africa. It doesn't matter which country. At the end of the day, we're all Africans, and the goal is to be better in the world, to compete in the world. And of course, as you can see, the World Cup, Morocco is the co-host of the World Cup 2030, so why not? We can bring the trophy home one day. So let's keep supporting ourselves, and let's love each other. And to every young girl playing football, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter who you are. You can become anything you want to become, and you can achieve anything. There is nothing too big, and there's no mountain too high to climb. Keep working hard, stay disciplined. That's the most important. And at the end of the day, I believe you will get to wherever you want to get to.
Welcome back. Babajide Oreva is right here in the studio. Babajide, it's good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Compliments of season.
Oh, okay, yeah. Christmas is just next week. Oh, wow. It's so close.
Of course.
Sometimes you tend to forget. Just a quick one on the CAF Awards. You watch everything on Monday night. Was there any shocker for you?
No shock. I'm just concerned that the Moroccans, they actually felt it will go to a Hakimi, despite the fact that we all saw what Lookman did in Ivory Coast. was fantastic, the tournament, and Nigeria also reached the final. Lukman was the man of the match, scored 2 goals against Cameroon, scored the winner against Angola. He played decisively at the tournament, scored 3 goals, a hat-trick in the Europa League final, the first person to do so in such a stage. Then you want to, yes, Hakimi, not taking anything away from him, Hakimi also did well, but the fact that, and I feel he also cost Morocco at the AFCON because he lost a penalty in the second round. And it would have been decisive against South Africa. If he had. Yes, but I like the fact that Nigeria represented well, the Super Falcons team of the tournament. The goalkeeper, fantastic for Chiamaka. She's 24. She won it last year, back-to-back now. At 24, I expect her to still do more. I hope next year she will. She's also doing well for Paris FC. Yeah. I remember I watched one of their games in the Champions League. Even though they are out, it was Manchester City that trashed them. But you see her at the big stage. You know this girl has a lot to offer. Yeah. So let's hope for the. It was a nice award, and I love Ademola Lookman's colors. I was so delighted when he actually greeted with Yoruba, like Ekaleo and all that. It's surprising not surprising, but I was just amazed to see him speak out. It's just a Niger thing.
Yeah, it's a Niger thing. I mean, wherever we go to, we have to show that yes, we are the real Niger. Austin and Barbara Banda is someone that has been waiting for this for a very, very long time, and finally, she got it.
And it's not just about Barbara. It's what this can do for football on the continent. How it can empower young girls who have not even passed through, half of what she passed through, and then she could still take her football to this level. Remember when I was talking about Barbara, I said it's not just an individual award for her, it's for what she has done for Zambia and how she has become a model for football development for the continent, particularly amongst young girls. I liked it a lot, and I know this is going to motivate her and Zambia and all of the other kids around Africa that are looking up to Barbara Banda. It was a breath of fresh air, and I love the things she talked about. And she's such a wonderful personality. She's in her football to communicate. I listened to what her teammates said about her when she got the BBC African Player of the Year award. Her teammates at Orlando Pride are just full of fantastic testimonies about Barbara, and that is what we keep saying to African footballers, that be representatives, ambassadors of the sports for the continent, just so their personality can bring that desired respect that is due for Africa, Cecilia. And I love it so much. I just hope that this will be the beginning of better things to come for women's football in Africa.
Yeah, and of course she's got a message for young girls out there who are dreaming to become the best in Africa or in the world.
It's something that I've been waiting for, and I've been working hard for it so that I can be here even today. Despite last time I came, I didn't make it, but this time around I've made it, which makes me feel great and amazing. Well, I think the secret is just training hard and paying much attention to whatever you are doing. Yeah. Well, my advice to them is never to look down on themselves, but to keep on working hard, be determined, be disciplined, and hard work always pays off. Looking forward for it because I think every women's team now is so competitive, so we just get ready to fight each and every team.
Getting ready to fight, winning it for the very first time after Asisa Toshola's dominance. 6. I mean, Chiamaka started something. She has won 2 back-to-back. We don't know how many she's going to win. Maybe another 6 waiting in the wings. I mean, no man or woman has ever won 6 when it comes to African Footballer of the Year. Yeah, that's a no factor. But let's leave this and quickly go to the Women's League, NWFL. We've been waiting since the league ended since May. Yes, it ended in May where you had the Super 6 Edo Queens and many champions. They went to the regional, won the WAFU, and went on the continent, finishing 4th. And finally, we are having a league starting. I mean, that like 7 months. League is going to start in January. I'm like, what are they waiting for? But the AGM, a lot of points have been taken. I think we'll run through that points that have been taken, the fallout from that meeting, the supposedly expansion, but that didn't happen. But just take a look at all the points, you know, coming from the annual general meeting of the Nigerian Women's Football League Board. And the first one is increase in the number of clubs in the Premiership from 16 clubs to 20 clubs to commence from the 2025-2026 season. So this is not going to happen this season that is coming up in January. It's going to happen after this season. So they're preparing they have 1 year to sort that out if they can have 20 clubs Premiership. That's a whole lot. Then the retention of some of the clubs, you know, that have been in the league before. Another one is the implementation of approved state league as the third tier of NWFL from this particular season, because last season we didn't have the third tier of it. And so they also resolved that the two group league formats, Group A and B, would be retained for this season. And hopefully from next season they'll start having a straight league. That's why they're thinking of increasing it to 20 clubs. So these are some of the fallout from the General Assembly of the Nigerian Women's Football League. And the Congress also approved 15th of January, that's when the league will start. And defending champions Edo Queens and Abia Angels will be having the opening game at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, the season opener there. And this game, of course, will be broadcast live as part of the deals that they've signed with our telecommunication company to actually have these games live. They'll have the highlights, they'll have a different strategy to actually market the league. Austin, I mean, this is what you usually say that you're proud of whenever we are having the league. We're not just looking at the fact that they're starting the league, but something big is coming up, especially with that live broadcast they want to implement. And another one is the expansion to 20 teams after this season, the next season.
Sounds good, you know, Cecilia. It tells you that there's some deliberate planning going on. I've always said it, our football has everything it takes to move to the next level if we've got the leadership in place to direct it. And that's what we're saying now. They are beginning to see what live television can do. Look at everything happening with the MPFL. Until when it stopped on TV, the following it got was because of the live TV that was introduced to it. That's the only way you can expand the market. That's the only way you can bring more eyeballs. That's the only way you can have people come into it, see what is happening. It goes around, Cecilia. Referees, it will checkmate them. The fans, it will also keep them in check. Players will have an opportunity to play and showcase their talents, knowing that the world can watch them. Just imagine me sitting here in London and I'm watching Edo Queens, watching Rivers Angels, watching young girls display their talent. You know, that's what we want for our football. And with the expansion, I think they should take it one step at a time. I like it because it will open up the ecosystem, give more persons an opportunity to play football. But Cecilia, it's not about expanding, it's about doing it well, having the right resources to run it, you know, just so we won't go and start something that at the end of the day now, it's not say, oh, what did we just do when we've not managed what we have on ground. But I love, look, I've said it, the men should just be humble. Go and sit down with women and say, teach us management skills. Because they know how to just put things together and make it look so beautiful. And that's the beautiful game when you talk about the women. So all of these key points from the annual General Assembly of the NWFL, what we need to do now as the media, Cecilia, we will go back and look at those things and say, you said you increased the number of clubs in the Premiership from 16 to 20. What are the things you need to do to make it happen the right way? And then we keep them checked. The retention of 20 club structure for the championship, we go and ask them again. But Cecilia, I didn't really see where they say they need to do more for infrastructure development. I remember last season you had a problem with when they took Rivers Angels to play one game that wasn't so good. That they should also check. Don't say because you want some teams to play, you go and carry them to play football that will not even be good for that live TV that you are proposing. So Cecilia, these are good key points, and I just hope that women's football in Nigeria will keep, you know, developing.
Yeah, good key point. Babajide, I mean, 20 league expansion, one of the you know, fallout from the annual general meeting, and also of course the league is starting as we mentioned earlier. But do you agree with the 20 format and also having a state league 30th? That's the one that is starting, this season in January.
Okay, so I like the fact that authorities are now beginning to see the business side of women football and bringing it live on TV. That's where you actually see the talent, you enjoy it. Like Austin said, we didn't really see the beauty of NPFL until it was live on TV, and now we could see whatsoever was done at the discussion yesterday, metamorphosis into the Asisa to Sholas, because you see those players. Remember, Chemaka was a part of Rivers United. So I like the fact that now we are going back to drawing board. I've always been an advocate of grassroots football, and this is where to actually get the girls to do it to the national team.
But the big question is, how many states can actually run a 30-year? I mean, what can the board really do to ensure that that's run well? Because you're leaving it at the hands of the states. How many states can produce up to 2 or 3 women's team? Because they want to have that at the state level, and then they come together. Maybe the best will now have to play playoffs before they gain promotion to the championship, then before you now have the premiership.
States will, teams in the, how will I put this? Teams in the states, it will happen. Organizing football for women is not as tough as that of men.
You sure about that?
Security, yes, and all that. Yes, for men you need the security, you need this.
So for the women, you don't need security.
You need them, but you need them actually. But the logistics won't be as cumbersome.
You're sure about
yes,
that?
I'm so sure about it.
Okay.
And I feel now the states will actually do it. Let's allow more teams. Now we are expanding. There must be something the organizers have seen that, okay, now
they feel they can actually do this.
Let's tap into this. And there is a lot of business angle to this decision. Okay. So it's not just to expand. There are lots of angles to it.
Okay, lots of angles to it. All right, let's take a look at the way the group is. I mean, you want to know the group that your team belongs to. We're going to start off with the Group A, which has, of course, the defending champions, Edo Queens. In Group A, you have Edo Queens, Confluence Queens, Abia Angels, Remo Stars Ladies. You have Ekiti Queens, Nasra Amazons, and Heartland Queens and Danas Ladies. So these are the teams you have in Group A. So go over to Group B. Group B, I think that's where you have most of the tough teams. So you have Rivers Angels, Ibom Angels, Adamawa Queens, Niger Ratters, Honey Badgers, just newly promoted, FC Robo Queens, Bayelsa Queens, and Delta Queens. So what we have here, Ibom Angels and Honey Badgers are the 2 teams that gain promotion to the Premier League. Of course, you have Sunshine Queens, one of those relegated. So for the other fixtures for Group A, Edo Queens is starting off with Abia Angels, Ekiti Queens and Heartland, Confluence Queens and Remo Stars Ladies, and Nasra Amazons and Danas Ladies. So this is what you have in Group A on match day 1 when they are starting. For Group B, Rivers Angels will welcome Ibom Angels, Adamawa Queens and Niger Ratters, Honey Badgers against FC Robo, and Bayelsa Queens hosting Delta Queens. I think this could have been the opener because this is a tough one. Delta Queens, Bayelsa Queens, a big derby there. 2 former champions, locking horns the very first day you starting the league. That's all for the Nigerian Women's Premiership. Hopefully, all the decisions they've taken, they will be able to implement it, especially that aspect that talks about the 3rd tier, which will be at state level. So that's more like growing football from the grassroots level. Austin, the big one. Unify, I don't know, the Super League is not going anywhere at all. I mean, they're going to continue talking about it. I thought that after, Seferin decided that you're going to be having 36 team format Champions League playing in the league format and everything. Then the top 8 quarterfinals, the other one play playoffs before they get into quarterfinals, and too many games already being played and clubs already complaining. And now on Tuesday, Super League is not going away anytime soon because the promoters are proposing that they've called on UEFA and FIFA to recognize this new competition. It was launched again on Tuesday as Unify League.
I know, Cecilia, the guys who have this European Super League vision, they are not just agreeing for it to just die. They are not trying to use the back door, And just today, the European leagues came out with a statement that, look, we were not informed and we don't know anything. Remember the 12 big clubs? The original plan guaranteed the 12 clubs a place in the ESL. Now, Sports Development Company, the ones in charge, said that the new 96 club format across 4 leagues would be merit-based and more competitive than UEFA's current club competitions. And they are confident that it will be accepted, you know. I really don't know why they are not backing down, but I know there's good business in this ESL charge. That's why they are using this backdoor to say, look, these guys cannot just push us. We have something that can actually fight UEFA, and there's so much money to go around. So that's what Sports Development Company they are saying. In fact, let's listen to the CEO talk about it. We'll come back. We'll ask Babajide a very important question, because these guys are letting us know that there's so much money in this football world, and we must be part of it, Cecilia. And I mentioned the European leagues. Someone is asking me, what's that? The European leagues consist of 39 professional leagues and associations from 33 countries, covering more than 1,130 clubs. It is that association that released a statement that these guys coming with this revamped unified league did not contact us. They didn't tell us anything, Babajide. But Babajide, let's look at some of the benefits that this unified league is saying they can give, not just to clubs, but to fans. They have promised free streaming for fans on its own advertising-backed network platform, and a return to the home and away format that the Champions League has just, dropped. Babajide, is this all about breaking the monopoly that UEFA has on football in Europe? Or these guys are saying, look, he who pays the piper should dictate the tune?
Okay, so Austin, I've listened to the organizers over, even since 2020, and I know it's all about business for them, but actually the fans should actually be considered. You could see even the league format of the current Champions League, you could see it's cumbersome. It's not as competitive as it used to be, as of the previous format. So I understand they have their plans, yes, for fans to watch free and all that. Clubs will actually benefit financially. However, I feel football will begin to lose the value, the passion. Sometime last week, I was somewhere, and then I learned even Chelsea were playing. It was in the afternoon, and I think it was on a Thursday, and I was like, no, this is not how that football used to be. So I feel all these formats will only damage the kind of culture that we have. However, they have maybe eventually, but I don't think that the format will actually see the light of the day.
Okay. I'm not sure it's going to see light of the day, because players are already complaining. Which players are they even going to use to play the 96 club format they are talking about, played across 4 leagues? We'll keep our fingers crossed. No start date yet, but they're proposing that this will actually help, in terms of money for both women's football and men's football. Who are those that are going to play? Fingers crossed. Let's quickly talk about boxing, Austin, before we leave the show. The 11 minutes and some few seconds stare down between Tyson Fury and, of course, Alexander Usyk. We're looking at it and we're wondering what's going to happen. That 11 minutes, 20 seconds face-off, that's the most remarkable ever. Is it the longest ever in boxing history? I'm not sure this has ever happened before. 11 minutes, 20 seconds stare down. Both guys looking at each other, not saying anything, no more talk. The rematch is going to happen on Saturday, 21st in Saudi Arabia, but the build-up is well hyped.
It's massive, Cecilia. I saw the stare down between Richard Riakpo and Chris Billam-Smith. I think that one lasted for about 3-4 minutes, and we were saying it was intense until I saw this one. I was like, gracious goodness, these guys know how to give us something to look forward to. What a story this heavyweight contest is turning out to be. Tyson Fury, watch how he's not even talking so much these days. He's just saying that there will be hurt, that he's going to bash this guy, he's just going to finish, get into the business and just get it done, I don't think that's what he needs to do, because if he's good one time, let him be good the second time, and then let him give us a trilogy. Because that's what we saw with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But man, this tear down Cecilia, I was like, I could feel it. You know, people cannot wait till when we come out of this fight. It's massive. It's so good for heavyweight boxing, and that's why I'm just saying, Anthony Joshua should have been in this mix. But hey, let them do this fight, and then we see what comes out of it. But the confidence that this man is giving before this fight is massive. And look, I just wanted it was a fight to remember, Cecilia.
Let's quick get a reaction, from both fighters. They spoke for just 5 seconds, and then their promoters did most of the talking before Babajide react to this 11-minute stare down, the longest in boxing history.
Can't wait for Saturday night. Thank you, everybody involved. God bless.
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone. See you on Saturday.
Don't underestimate a gypsy man, a travelling man from Lancaster, who's just fighting in his blood right the way through his family. His grandmother's grandmother could fight. His great-great-grandfather could fight. Everybody can fight. They have a great bloodline of fighting men. They are also warriors. So do not underestimate this man to my right.
One more gratitude goes to Gypsy King. We know that he's not very good at making the rematches, but we must admit that courage and bravery lives in his heart. Tyson, thank you for being here.
Now, the press conference, the talking was shorter than the stare down. Just a quick one. I mean, Tyson Fury challenging, of course, Usyk for that unified title belt in Saudi Arabia this Saturday.
I'll just be straight. It's going to be a grudge match.
Okay.
Grudge. You could see the stare down already. It has fury. These guys are ready to go. If you had left them there, they would have done. So
start the fight right there.
Let's enjoy it on Saturday. But however, as much as Tyson Fury, that Usyk is a very bad guy.
But where's the money? Who's your money on?
Usyk again.
Okay, Austin, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Just a background, let our viewers know that it was in May this year that Alexander Usyk, with points, defeated Tyson Fury to become the first undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years. And he's still telling Fury, I will not leave you alone. On Saturday, we'll know. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Bajide, thank you for coming on
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cecilia. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good night, right?